Okay, guys, quick video. I was just doing things, and yeah, I forget that maybe we should record some stuff. So I bought a 2013 GMC Silverado because my last truck burnt to the ground. We'll do a video or post some pictures here, but red RCA cables ran, and I don't know, don't drill holes in your floor of your truck, guys. That's not the proper way to do that. And they ran under the frame, no zip ties. Guess they don't watch Zip Ties Garage. Anyways, there's the end of it. They came through this tail light panel and nothing was hooked up. In fact, this is the wires they had, and all corroded because it's out in the elements. Anyways, this is like a 6-pin. This new camera system, ordered on the jungle site, GreenYi, whatever it might be, has a little gold ring. Thought it'd match the gold emblem on the tailgate. You can, for about $60, get the tailgate handle kit, but hey, that's too easy. Why are we gonna do that, right? Inside the tailgate, you need to loosen up this bottom screw, and then your bezel will just pop out the other side by these 3 clips. All right, let's see. Close it here, maybe. Lift it up so you can get a better viewing angle. I gotta look at this anyway. So yeah, there's the 3 holes those clip into, plus that center bolt screws in right there. So you gotta unscrew it enough that this will just pop right out. Leave that up. So I'm going to, the new handles you get with the camera built in, I heard there's a lot of issues with people don't like the way they point. They're not adjustable. They come with this new bezel. You just change your lock over. I figured, well, let's find an adjustable one, which this is. Has a little screw right there. Yeah, it's not going to focus. And then you can tilt this camera around, flip it upside down, smack it, call it names, whatever you like. It doesn't look like it came with a gasket. It's supposed to be waterproof, but I got to drill a little hole somewhere in here. Haven't quite decided. Enough that I have room there. And then it came with its own cable. So it has, I'm not really loving it, but it has this length of cable with it. Then it has this adapter. It has power wires and RCA input, and at the end of the RCA input you can see this yellow wire. That's a trigger wire. So not knowing what's going to trigger it and make it work, I put the red lead to this trigger wire. Then inside they had, oh, horn works, this red lead. That's what the old red RCA cable, they had one hooked to this. So all I did is take the RCA, the yellow one, plug it into the AV port, and then the wire coming off that stuck to the red trigger wire, and that's it. It worked. I don't have to have a ground and mess with any of that. So I just got to run that one new cable, which I have alongside here, to do. Now if you're doing it on a Chevy truck, you do have to remove this lower panel. It consists of a 10mm and 2 Phillips screwdrivers, and then it will pop out of its clips. Once you get that off, this whole upper bezel above the radio, and I can take a picture later, pops off, and then you can remove these 6 screws to get your head unit out. You guys probably know all this. I'm probably just talking, wasting my breath, but Mainly I wanted to make a little video of the camera, what kind it was and how it hooks up, with only having to run this one wire and using the trigger, yellow trigger wire on that RCA to run the camera. It doesn't matter if this is grounded or not. It appears to work without it, so it must get its ground through the RCA. I am going to find out where I'm going to drill that. I'll drill a hole and we'll get it mounted and see if we can somehow waterproof this stuff. I gotta run the wires. Oh boy, there's not much there to run them out. So somehow, well, maybe I don't know. I'll find out the best way and then we'll get back to it. Yeah, it's got a hole there, but it's only got a slot there. Who said it was going to be easy? I don't know where they run it through the factory. Backup cameras probably got a larger hole in the tailgate, but let me work on it and I'll be right back. Okay, we got a hole drilled. Bada boom, bada bing. Tried to went up a little higher because it seemed to be a little more flatter. You know, I'm not going to worry about siliconing it. Water's going to get down behind there, and that's supposed to be waterproof, and comes with a little nut kit, so I'll secure it with that. It does come with, you take that camera out of there and put in this little mount here if you want. You can either double side tape or a couple screws, a little flat mount. I thought it would have came with a push-in mount too. Kind of one like that, but it didn't. Just unless I lost it in the box. I mean, that's a possibility. And got some little clips, connectors, some sticky tapes to run your cabling and hold it to. So not too bad. Little Allen wrench in there to adjust this camera or take it out if you need to. So I'm going to put these nuts on, and then I'm going to put the handle back in. Well, I'm going to try to figure out the wiring, and then once I have that figured out, I'll come back and see what we came up with. Okay. Got my big mitts. So you're gonna need some wire on these new Chevys. As we showed earlier, there's nothing but a little tiny hole right there. So get yourself some wire, coat hanger, something. I found the easiest way is fish it through the bottom, and surprisingly I got my big mitts in the hole and was able to run it up and grab it where I wanted it to be, right in between there. So I'm going to attach, don't go anywhere, I'm going to attach the end of said cable, which I think is going to have to be just this end that comes apart. Hopefully it's enough to come through there, replug this in, and then find a way to waterproof all of this. So yeah, let me do that, see if I can fish it through, and we'll be right back. We got the tailgate handle back on with the camera on there. Did have a foam gasket in the kit, so I put that on there. I'll have to clean that up a bit, but learn from my, not mistakes, but if I was to do this over, had more time. I did get the wire in that hole, but I wanted to get the rest of that up in the tailgate, and that hole is not big enough. So in hindsight, what you should do is probably go ahead and take your cables off, take your tailgate out, which is just a matter of lifting it up about that position, pull it out on this side. Probably have two people, and then that one will pull off to the right. You can take your tailgate out. I'd enlarge that hole, put some paint around it after you drill, and then you could get that wiring loom up in the tailgate. I'm sure if I haul rocks and dirt and stuff, it's gonna be great, just fine. Anyways, got it run through that center hole there, which seems to be for nothing except my wiring now. And so I got that conduit down there. I got to run it still. I'll unhook it from the radio, run along the frame, actually use some zip ties. I'll probably just go ahead, see how they got a hole here, and I'll put a grommet on there though and run it back up the way they did. But let's see, we can test her out here. We got to put the interior back together. After we do that, I'll put it in reverse, and voila, we got our backup camera. So now that set screw on the camera to hold the lens in position, the Allen they give you seems to be too small, so I get another Allen, tighten it up. But yeah, she's working. So again, it's just run the one yellow RCA cable that has the lead to it, and I hooked the yellow wire lead to the reverse lead on the head unit. No need to ground, seems to be. Like I said, it must ground through the RCA cable, something magic. That's it. So we'll get this put back together tonight, hopefully. Should only take a few minutes, and that's it. I was going to mention, I didn't have to do it, but different head units, I guess, take different video feeds, so I'll show you on these instructions. I got 3 wires, white, red, and green. If you don't want the grid lines to show, kind of stupid, you cut the green line. Then you won't have any grid lines. We'll see how it works. I don't know. I don't think they'll bother me. Camera produces CVBS video signal by default. If you have AHD, I think that's what I have because I can't focus on anything. Just kidding. Cut the orange wire, and then the camera is showing mirror image, which is what you'd want. But if you don't want that, you cut that white wire. So that I don't know what AHD. I tried to see if my radio had that. I couldn't tell on this JVC head unit. I don't know, there's something there. Cut the red, cut the green if you don't want the lines. Seems to work, so I'm gonna run with it. Okay, just ending follow-up. That camera's there. Probably sticks out a little more than the factory handle one would, but I think because of the adjustability, I like it better. Got wiring loom over the cable, followed the main harness, routed it up and over inside. Got our dash put back together. We cannot see in here. We'll put her in reverse, and there we have it. So I'm parked on a hill. I can't really tell. Probably need a little adjustment, but I'm happy. We'll give a long-term update if we need to, but that's it for our Jungle Amazon camera on our 2013 Silverado with a JVC head unit. That's it for this edition. We got more projects as stated. We'll do some more videos. If you have any questions, post them down in the comment. If this helped you at all with this Jungle Place GreenYi camera, give me a like, subscribe to the channel. Hope it helps you. Got any other suggestions, post them down there too. All right, you guys have a great night. Bye.